Welcome to Sophie Daddy's channel. Today, we've got a truly fascinating explainer lined up for you, unpacking a topic you've probably seen flashing across financial news screens a million times. We're talking about the Cboe Volatility Index. You probably know it as the VIX. Now, pundits constantly dub it the fear gauge, but honestly, defining it just as a sentiment indicator profoundly understates what it actually is. The VIX isn't just some media buzzword. It's a highly complex, tradable mathematical construct that literally serves as a foundational pillar of modern quantitative finance. So today, we're going to look under the hood and see exactly how this thing works. All right, let's dive right in. Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. We'll be covering beyond the fear gauge, the math of variance, VIX calculation, the trading ecosystem, term structure and ETPs, and finally, systemic risk. Section 1. Beyond the fear gauge, the evolution of volatility. So the Cboe actually originally introduced the VIX way back in 1993, but back then it was pretty restricted, looking only at the-money options on the S&P 100. The monumental shift, the real game changer, happened in 2003. Working alongside Goldman Sachs, the Cboe completely overhauled the methodology. They shifted the benchmark over to the much broader S&P 500 and replaced those traditional Black-Scholes extractions with a model-free formula. And this new formula aggregated a huge, broad spectrum of out-of-the-money put and call options. This methodological pivot was absolutely revolutionary. It transformed the VIX from just a theoretical barometer into this highly liquid, independently tradable asset class that now anchors global derivatives markets. Moving on to Section 2, the math of variance, unrolling the engine. To really deconstruct the VIX, we have to look at the theory of variance swaps. Why? Because the VIX is fundamentally a discrete approximation of a 30-day variance swap's fair strike. Now, the foundational stochastic differential equation here is used to model asset prices over continuous time. And hey, don't worry, we don't need to get bogged down in reading every single Greek letter here. What really matters is that this equation explicitly accounts for time-varying volatility, meaning, how much prices actually swing, and market drift, which is the general direction of the market. It is literally the starting line for financial engineers. So, the big question is, how do we get from a price dynamic to just pure variance? Well, by applying a mathematical rule called Ito's lemma and subtracting standard returns, we get this highly elegant isolation. Just look at the result. We've effectively stripped away all that general market drift and the random, unpredictable noise that quants call Brownian motion. And what we are left with is pure instantaneous variance. Now, if we take that isolated expression and integrate it over a defined time horizon, say from today right up until expiration, we get the total realized variance. This continuous time derivation is massive. It's so important because it actually proves that realized variance can be perfectly replicated. How? By using a dynamic trading strategy of the underlying asset, paired with a static short position in a synthetic derivative known as a log contract. This right here is the exact math that powers the entire over-the-counter variance swap market. Section 3, VIX calculation and interpolation. Math meets the market. Of course, modern financial markets don't exactly offer an infinite continuous timeline of option strikes, right? So how does the Cboe force this beautiful continuous theory into discrete, real-world calculations? Well, they do it through a really meticulous interpolation process. Since options expire on very specific dates, they rarely align perfectly with a neat 30-day horizon. So in step 1, the Cboe selects a near-term bucket of SPX options with more than 23 days to expiration and a next-term bucket with less than 37 days. By enforcing these exact boundaries, the index always straddles that perfect 30-day target. Then, for step 2, they evaluate the time to expiration dynamically. We're talking at a minute-by-minute resolution here, to interpolate the calculated variances of those two buckets. And finally, step 3. To actually give us that quoted number we see flashing on TV, the algorithm takes the square root of this pure annualized variance and multiplies it by 100. It is honestly an incredible feat of discrete approximation. Okay, on to Section 4, the trading ecosystem, scale and scale. It is absolutely vital to understand the staggering scale of this market. SPX options lead globally, boasting roughly 3.9 million contracts in average daily volume. But just look at the VIX ecosystem for a second. The average daily volume for VIX options alone is around 858,000 contracts, with open interest routinely sitting above 13.4 million. VIX futures are also trading massively at over 263,000 contracts every single day.
The sheer volume clearly illustrates a really heavy, structural, institutional reliance on VIX derivatives for convex upside protection. We're talking about a mammoth ecosystem here.
Now, you may be wondering, how do quantitative traders actually interpret the VIX on the fly? Well, they use a really crucial, practical heuristic. Remember, the VIX is an annualized standard deviation. So to convert that into a daily expected move, you have to divide it by the square root of the number of trading days in a year. Since there are 252 trading days, that divisor comes out to roughly 15.87. But, for mental math efficiency, traders just round this up to 16. On trading floors, this is widely known as the rule of 16. Let's ground this abstract math in reality for a second so you can actually use it. Because of this rule of 16, a VIX index reading of exactly 16 means the options market anticipates daily fluctuations in the S&P 500 of exactly 1.0% over the next 30 days. Now, if the VIX spikes to 32, the market is pricing in extreme daily spot moves of roughly 2.0%. This is, hands down, the fastest way to contextualize what the so-called fear gauge is actually telling you about expected market velocity. Section 5. Term structure and ETPs, the cost of insurance. The absolutely paramount dynamic in trading VIX futures is the shape of the term structure itself. And to grasp that, you really have to understand a concept called contango. Contango is a market structure where longer-dated futures trade at a higher premium than near-term contracts. Because the spot VIX mathematically cannot fall below zero, and because it tends to mean revert pretty quickly after extreme highs, the VIX futures curve actually spends about 75 to 80% of its entire lifespan in contango. This relentless premium is known as the volatility risk premium. Basically, it's the explicit cost that risk-averse participants have to pay for tail risk insurance. And this term structure matters immensely for everyday investors. Because spot VIX is an untradable mathematical calculation, exchange-traded products have to synthetically create exposure by constantly rolling short-term VIX futures. For long volatility funds like VXX and UVXY, contango introduces a severe negative roll yield. They are constantly forced to sell cheaper expiring futures and buy more expensive second-month futures. This structural decay makes them just hemorrhage capital over time. On the flip side, inverse products like SVXY systematically short this contango, capturing that roll yield as income. But beware, they bear immense asymmetric left tail risk. When equity markets shock, the term structure violently flips, and these short volatility positions can suffer catastrophic fund liquidating drawdowns. There is definitely no free lunch here. Finally, Section 6, Systemic Risk and Volatility, the Ocean Floor. Market making in the VIX ecosystem is a mathematically arduous reality. Just think about it for a second. A market maker cannot simply go out and buy shares of the VIX to hedge their risk, because, as we've said, the spot VIX is completely untradeable. Instead, they have to hedge their delta inventory risk by trading VIX futures. On top of that, unlike foreign exchange markets where central banks step in to cap currency extremes, equity volatility has unbounded right tail behavior. That means it can spike violently and without a ceiling. To survive this environment, market makers are forced to use highly complex Vanna-Volga pricing methodologies. These are essentially super advanced mathematical models designed specifically to neutralize the extreme unpredictable risks lurking in the tails of the distribution. This actually brings us to the holy grail of quantitative finance, the joint calibration puzzle. Quants are constantly trying to construct a single cohesive model that prices both SPX and VIX options perfectly, without creating any arbitrage opportunities. But traditional, smooth models, like Markovian diffusions, they fail completely at this. So the industry is making a massive shift toward rough volatility models. By analyzing empirical data, quants have found that market volatility operates with a Hurst parameter significantly below 0.5. What does that mean in plain English? It means volatility is highly anti-persistent. It mean reverts much faster and way more violently than those older, smooth models ever predicted. And that leads us perfectly to our final provocative thought. During the Volmageddon incident of August 2024, the VIX spiked exponentially. But here is the really profound reality. When market makers dramatically widen their quotes to defend against catastrophic tail risk, the discrete variables within the VIX calculation mathematically swell. This catapults the index higher, completely regardless of the actual stock market's realized movement. So I'll leave you with this question to ponder. During a crisis, is the VIX genuinely measuring investor fear, or is it simply being mathematically weaponized by transient liquidity vacuums and the sheer survival instincts of market makers? It's a pretty fascinating way to reframe the entire ecosystem.
Thank you so much for exploring the depths of the VIX with me today on this explainer.